What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today I'm going to be looking at the Amazon Fire TV. This is a new set-top box from Amazon to compete with the likes of Roku and Apple TV. This is an interesting product at $99, and yes, you do have to be tied into the Amazon ecosystem, but it's also very interesting because it is running Android Fire OS 3.0. I own a couple of different set-top boxes and also the Chromecast, but what really drew me into this device is the ability to game on my TV. On the box, you can see there's a few gaming partners, and the Fire TV also supports music like TuneIn, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and on the movies and TV, it also supports Netflix, Hulu Plus, Crackle, Showtime Anytime, and much more. So there is a $40 optional Bluetooth controller that you can get, and I'm also going to be unboxing that and giving you a full gaming demo later on in this video. Alright, so what are we waiting for? Let's dig right into the Fire TV, and there's a pull tab right there, and let's just open the box, and there is the Fire TV. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was, but it's not very heavy. Let's go ahead and take the plastic off of the Fire TV itself, and then it reveals the matte black finish. So it's probably gonna catch a lot of dust and dirt. There is some literature there, and also there is the remote. And let's go ahead and take the plastic off of the remote. And it also reveals the same matte finish that is on the Fire TV itself. So that's probably going to also catch a lot of fingerprints and oil. And there is the power brick for the Fire TV, also in the same material. And there it comes with 2 batteries for the remote. So that's great, they included that. Now that we've unboxed the Fire TV, let's go ahead and unbox this Bluetooth controller. Same pull tab here. We're going to open the box, and there is the gaming controller. Kind of an interesting shape to it though. It is a little bit Xbox One controller-ish, but it has a pretty interesting look. So let's go ahead and take it out of the plastic and see what else comes in the box. Just some batteries and some literature. So that's it for the Bluetooth controller. Let's take the provided batteries and put them into the remote and also the gaming controller, and we'll take the remaining plastic off of the Fire TV, and let's take a look at both of these devices more in depth. Let's take a look at the ports on the Fire TV. They are all on one side. You see the power, the HDMI, the optical audio, the Ethernet, and you also see the USB port. That is literally it. Everything else is just a black matte finish. So very simple design, and actually I quite like it. When you flip over the device, you will see a little bit of a grippy texture on the bottom, so hopefully that will keep it still on a flat surface, and of course that big Amazon logo at the top. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bluetooth gaming controller and all of its buttons. The Bluetooth controller for gaming is quite traditional, as you can see. It's got the X, Y, A, B button setup, it's got dual analog sticks, which I like, and it's also got a directional pad. And on the bottom, you will actually see 3 media keys there. The pause, play, and your fast forward buttons. Now, on the middle of the device, you will see the traditional Android keys, the back, the home, and the menu. Below those 3 buttons is another button that will take you to the game circle. It's kind of like the achievements for your Amazon gaming. And on the back, you will see your 4 trigger buttons and an LED light indicator that indicates that it is pairing. On initial impression, it doesn't feel that premium in the hand, but it's pretty much typical of any other kind of gaming controller, but it's not as premium as something like an Xbox One controller, but it will definitely do the job, and I will try this out later on. Now there is the Fire TV right next to the Apple TV, and as you can see that the Apple TV is much smaller when it comes to the width and height, but when it comes to thinness, the Fire TV definitely takes it. And one thing that you have to notice that it does not come with an HDMI cord, so you're gonna have to buy your HDMI cord. So let's go ahead and get started and look at Fire TV. Okay, when you first turn on the Fire TV, it's going to look for your remote, so make sure you hit the home button there, and then it's gonna ask you for a wireless connection, so you're gonna have to type in your password and all that good stuff. And then it's got a software update that it needs to do. This takes quite a while, so wait for that. And then you're gonna be greeted with this introduction video that you cannot skip. But I guess if you don't know how to use the Fire TV, you need to watch this. It kind of takes you through the whole tutorial of how to use it. Then when it's fired up, it'll ask you, do you want parental controls or not? I put no, and then there is the Fire TV interface. The UI is very simple. It's more like a column view. All your stuff is on the left. So on the home, you will see the recent stuff. So the recent games and the recent things that you've watched is going to be right here in this tab. So that's pretty nice because for the most part, you're going to probably go back to something recent. And then you have recently added to Prime. So if you have a Prime membership, you're going to be able to watch a lot more content on here for free with your membership. You got featured apps and games, featured movies and TV, recommended movies and TV, top movies on Prime, and also top TV on Prime. So you can see that this is very Amazon centric, but of course they made the device so they want you to use their services. Anyone that's used a modern set-top box before, you're going to be very familiar with this. The UI is very easy to use. Now you can see that there's TV, a watch list, so if you want to watch something later, you can put it into this, and you can see the video library of what you may have purchased. And that is not my content. This is my wife's Amazon content, so don't make fun of me in the comments. And here are the games. This is what's most interesting to me, actually. So all your gaming library will be right here. It comes with Sub-Zero. I'll show you that later on in the video. And there's popular lists, spotlight, and the categories. So some of the spotlighted games like Walking Dead, Asphalt 8, which is an awesome game, Riptide 2, Monsters University, and The Cave. So there are a few games here that are on Spotlight, so those are the ones that are going to be pushing. Last but not least, there are categories for your games: action, adventure, puzzle, whatever you may want. There is the app support, and you can also look at photos on this device. But let's jump into the settings here, and you can see the second screen function here, which if you have a Kindle, then you can actually get some extra functionality while you're viewing media. But I do not have one, so I cannot give you that demonstration. But let's jump into the system here and see if we can see what version of Android it's running, and it doesn't say so. There's some developer options there, but they are calling it Fire OS 3.0 and it's called Mojito, but there's no indication of what version of Android is running. So if you know that information, then let me know in the comment section below, because I have no clue. Instead of traditionally navigating through the UI and searching for things, you can actually do that with your voice with this voice button up top. All you have to do is push it and hold it down and speak a command. You can open apps with it, you can search movies, music, and you can also search movie stars. Let me give you an example. Bruce Lee. Alright, and it's searching right away. And let me focus onto the TV itself, and you will see that it actually searched for Bruce Lee and all of the movies that are available for you to watch. So worked very well. The Matrix. And it recognized that command right away. Let me go and focus onto the TV, and as you can see, it found the Matrix trilogy, so I can watch the Matrix movies. DJ Tiesto. It can also search for music as well. So let me focus onto the TV. You can see it gives me a couple of choices here, and there is DJ Tiesto and all of the content that is available for that artist. I'm definitely digging the voice functionality of the Fire TV. Now, if you want to watch a movie like The Wolf of Wall Street, when you pick it, you'll see you can rent it for a certain price, you can buy it for a certain price, add it to the watch list, and more ways to watch. If it's free on Amazon Prime, then you'll be able to watch it there. But if you just hit the preview, look at how fast it is. There was really no buffer in between at all. It just started playing right away, and the quality is pretty good right off the bat. So pretty impressed with this streaming service. If at all, for any reason, you don't know how to use this device or you get kind of locked up, then there's actually a part where you can go into and it will give you all of your troubleshooting, your setup, and also that long welcome video so you can watch that again just in case you get confused. So far, I'm really impressed with the UI. It's very snappy, it's very quick, the navigation's quick as well. But if you're a big Amazon user, then you're probably really gonna love the Fire TV because Prime is really integrated into this thing. So here, if you pick Kill Bill, then if you go to more ways to watch, and if you go with Amazon Prime, then you're gonna be able to watch this for absolutely free. So there's a lot of content on there. It's not as big as maybe Netflix, but you have a lot of content to watch for free. Even if you're not tied into the Amazon ecosystem, you have app support here, Hulu Plus, and you also have Pandora One, so you can listen to some music. You got Bloomberg TV, Vivo, also have Crackle, which is nice, iHeartRadio, and Showtime Anytime, Vimeo, and Red Bull TV. So you have a lot of choices here when it comes to media. Of course, we can't forget about the Plex users out there. Yes, there is Plex support on the Fire TV, but the biggest thing here I want to look at now is games. And I think this is the biggest attraction when this was announced. So you can see Sonic CD, you have Riptide 2, and you have a few good games here like The Walking Dead, and you have Asphalt 8 and Dead Trigger 2. I mean, this is one of my favorite games. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this and see what this looks like on the big screen. Now you do have 1,000 Amazon coins with this purchase, so that's cool. You can actually buy a few extra games, but Dead Trigger 2 is free. So let me go ahead and download this and let me demonstrate this. By the way, if you are wondering, yes, you can sideload APKs and sideload games that are not available on the Amazon store. The first thing you're gonna need to do is pair your Bluetooth controller up. Very easy to do. Just hold that home button there for 5 seconds or so. It'll recognize it, start the pairing process. It's very, very easy, very seamless, and now you just pick it and now you're ready to game. So let's fire up Dead Trigger 2. You're gonna have to configure your gamepad and set individual buttons for everyone, and it takes a long time, but it's definitely worth it because Dead Trigger 2, I play this a lot and it's awesome on a 1080p TV, and it's running very, very smooth. I mean, I'm not seeing any kind of frame rate drops or anything like that, and the gaming experience is very good so far because it's running a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core processor. It's a Crate 300 CPU, and it also runs the Adreno 320 GPU. So it's got a lot of muscle for you to be able to push these games. And the Bluetooth controller so far, on first impressions, it's not bad at all. It actually feels pretty good in the hand, and I'll have to let you know in the full review what I think about it. But let me tell you right now, just on initial impressions, I like the combo of the Bluetooth controller and the gaming on the Fire TV. So I'm definitely endorsing this. I'm pretty excited about this actually because some of these Android games are kind of cool and I would love to play them on my TV, and now that I have that with the media experience as well, I think this is a perfect mashup. Now, a lot of people love Riptide 2, and I love this game as well, so let's go ahead and play it real quick. And it's running really smooth so far. As you can see, the effects here are very nice. The frame rates are just buttery smooth. So I think that the gaming experience on this is definitely a go on it, and I think that if you are a big Android gamer, then I think this is a good, cheap alternative to a gaming system, especially for kids. I mean, I think this is a great choice. The total cost to game like this, it's $100 for the Fire TV obviously, and $40 for the Bluetooth controller. So about 140 bucks, you can get a decent gaming experience. So that's cheaper than the PS Vita and also the 3DS XL from Nintendo. So that's something to think about. I think the Fire TV definitely did what Ouya wanted to do with their console device, but also brought the Amazon goodness along with it. So what do you guys think about the Amazon Fire TV? Are you going to stick with your Roku box or your Apple TV? I think this actually offers a little bit more because now you can game with Bluetooth controller support, and you have other apps like Crackle, so you can get some more free content. And I actually think that the UI is very nice and fluid, and if you're tied into the Amazon ecosystem, then this is definitely a great buy. I guess the only downside for me is the 8 gigabytes of internal storage. Hopefully they open up that USB port on the back so we can move apps to it and have more media on the Fire TV. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more great content. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Follow me on Twitter at SuperScientific, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.